When I go for a walk in the garden, which I do almost every day, I can still feel an impact, a very gradual change coming over me. And I've just always thought of it as, oh, it's great to be in the garden. But now, with all of the research being done through the forest bathing groups, there's a scientific basis for it.
When I started gathering information about forests and how they can positively affect people who are walking in them or spending time in them, I immediately went and found a number of papers that were written by Japanese researchers who were studying these positive effects. And what I found is the Japanese had coined the term Shinrin-yoku, which means, roughly, forest bathing. It's an immersion of your senses. And taking the time to really take in your surroundings in the forest, using touch, taste, smell, all of those things that we take for granted, and then looking at it as to how that can positively impact your health.
I think when you first go into the forest, you're going to have a feeling, and I'm going to try to describe it, but it has to do with, it's kind of like, your shoulders drop, you feel a little more relaxed. And if you stay with it, if you stay in the forest and kind of allow things to come out of the forest into you, and if you're willing to put some of you out into the forest, you have an exchange with the forest, I think it can produce an amazing feeling of just well-being. Very, very quickly, I won't say immediate, but very quickly people feel better.
So the Japanese have incorporated using forest bathing in their practice of healthcare. And what they've discovered is that the phytosides from the trees, which act as an aromatherapy, we'll call it, when people are breathing that in, they're lowering their cortisol levels, their anxiety is coming down, stress. So this has gone from kind of this out there concept to, proof now through all kinds of avenues. People are doing this, taking in these slow walks in nature. And what they're doing is realizing how much better they feel when they leave. And it's not just forests anymore, it's natural landscapes. And the term is maybe changing from just forest bathing to nature RX. And that's where gardens can come into this, because you can get those same types of benefits by walking in a garden environment and taking in all of those type of sensory experiences that you would get by walking in a garden.
Now, this right here is one of the quietest spots in Tofino. I think people do form relationships with both individual trees, individual spaces in the garden. Sometimes it's a combination of trees and shrubs, but they have a favorite place or a favorite object in the garden. And we have people who have been coming back here for 20 years to visit, and they mention that they're happy to see that a particular tree is still there. And it could be an 800-year-old tree.
So now what's happening is people are coming to Vancouver Island to enjoy our natural landscapes and to enjoy our gardens, but in a different type of way. So they've gone from just looking at a garden to experiencing the garden. And that's a wonderful opportunity to combine tourism with health and wellness. My name's Robin Potter, and I have a business called Wild Coast Consulting. I have an interest in health and wellness and forests.
My name is George Patterson. I'm the owner and director of Tofino Botanical Gardens, It's a project that I started 20 years ago, and I hope to see it here for another 20 years at least. I hope that the experience sticks. I hope that you've picked a few, you've had some thoughts or some introspection that helps you with the rest of your life, or helps you build the rest of your life on some of these experiences.